The first quarter of 2025 numbers are in for 32963. And so we're gonna scan the prices and, we need a price check on aisle 32963, please. You don't wanna miss out on this one. Hi, my name is Scott Reynolds. I'm the team leader of the Reynolds team here at Compass in sunny Vero Beach, Florida. And I'm very excited to talk to you about the April market report. This report is going to be for the beachside market, and I split out the single family homes from the condos, just like all the other ones. And then for this month, I have a lot more data where we're going to compare the first quarters of January, February, March to the same time last year to draw some perspective between January, February, March, kind of Q1 versus Q1. So let's go ahead and just jump into the data. So for single family homes, the amount of homes that are available is 276, which is 24% higher than the same time last year. Our closed and our pending is somewhere really close to the same as the same time last year. But let's talk about it. We have 70 sold homes during the quarter of 2025. And then last quarter, we had 69. So it's like within a house sales difference. And then on pending sales, kind of showing the forward indicators, we're at 105 during January, February, March. And then last year, same time, we were at 93. So that's 12% above the same time last year. So April should look a little bit better than the previous year's April. And we'll have that information next month. And then on the price per square foot sold, we are about 6% less at $619 a square foot versus $660. So the way I interpret that a little bit is the buyers are getting a little bit more for the same amount of money because we'll cover the sales prices here shortly. Then on the days on market and the list price to sale price ratio, the days on market have actually trended down to 126 days from the same time last year at 154. So that's 18% better than the same time last year. And then the list price, the sale price ratio is at 89%. Now, that is the original list price to the sale price ratio. But still, you guys all know how I feel about the list price, sale price ratio. I think we should be our original asking price. If it comes in a little bit sharper, that'll help generate buyers' interest, buyers' enthusiasm from day one, creating a little bit of fear of loss, and will end up netting you more money. But either way, it's at 89%, so 11% off list price. I like that there's 126 days, and that's been improving. The sellers that were in the market and was lingering over into 2025, they started maybe in October. They've really had a harder time adjusting to the current market conditions. The sellers that have come on during January, February, March, they're a little bit more dialed into pricing, and I think that has something to do with our improvement from this time to last year. The median sales price, it was at $1,380,000, and that again is over the last 3 months. So it's a good amount of data. And that's 10% above the same time last year. The other piece that I like is the months of inventory based on pending sales. Pending sales have went up, inventory has went down a little bit, so the months of inventory has gone down. And that puts us at 7.1 months of inventory, which sounds like a lot if you were anywhere else in the United States, but trending, we were at 15 months of inventory, believe it or not, and then we've been trending down. But this time last year, we were at 7.2. So we're right in that same spot. And that is the single family homes. Moving over to condos. Condos, We are at 250 homes of 250 condos on the market, and that's a 37% increase from the same time last year. The big difference here is this year we've only closed on 38 condos, which is down 44% from the same time last year. And then we have pendings, 60 pendings during the 3 months, and that is 20% down from the same time last year. So we're seeing more inventory, less contracts, and less closed sales. So that's going to drive our that's going to drive our months of inventory up for sure. The price per square foot has leveled off for the past 3 months, and it's at $522, which is actually down 28%. This time last year, there was $732 a square foot. Days on market for the condos is at 142 days, which is really close to the same time last year at 150. The list price, sale price ratio is 11% less than the same time last year at 90%. It was actually pretty high last year. And then the median sales price is down to $813,000, which is down 13%. So the condo market's still adjusting, still getting settled into some of the new market of values and pricing, and is at 6.3 months of inventory based on the pending sales. Which is really close to the same time last year. But months of inventory was quite a bit higher on the condos. So what does all this mean? You know, I've been having a lot of conversations with new sellers and potential sellers that have already been on the market, and then new sellers. And there's a lot of sentiment out there that the real estate market is not doing good. And I respectfully disagree. The part where I disagree is it all depends on when you bought. If you're selling your home, if you bought your home in 2018, 2019, you're in a great position. Lately, the biggest struggles that we've been having are sellers that bought their home in 2022 or 2023. It appears that right now the data that we're getting is that was somewhere around the peak of the market. And so houses really were never really intended to buy in 1 year and sell and profit the next year, or own for 2 years. So but I do know that life happens and things change, and you may need to sell, or have decided you want to get back closer to family, or some circumstance change in the life that's creating someone that has only owned their home for a year or two to go to the market. But right now, what we're seeing is a flat market, and in a flat market, it's challenging. It has its own set of challenges. And with those challenges, you need to work with an expert that knows how to navigate through that, knows how to get you positioned the best way, that can get the marketing done, can get the staging done, the exposure. Our digital marketing is super important, but also pricing and value goes in line with all of those things. So if you're thinking about selling, or you're even thinking about selling during the summer or this coming fall, don't hesitate to reach out. All of my information is below, and I'd be really excited to help you guys. Thank you so much. Bye.